Hello guys, I am here with a new video tutorial. This is my version of the no makeup look. So the no makeup look just means you want to be as flawless as possible, beautiful skin, very light application that should be blended in seamlessly. So you could almost get away with saying you're not wearing any makeup, which those that know me know that I pretty much never do, but there is a way to make it all look flawless. So that's what we're going to start with today. Now I've already cleansed my face and moisturized, so I am good to go. It is summertime, so I'm a little bit dewy. That's just my skin. I've learned to embrace it. I love it, and that's just the way it is. So I'm going to start with my Complexion Perfection Face Primer from Motives. I love this product. It is helps give a flawless base. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this on the back of my hand, and literally just a pea-sized drop, and I'm going to just spot that in where I seem to have the biggest pores, and I'm going to blend that down and into my skin. And a little does go a long way. I can actually feel it covering my whole face, so I'm just going to blend that in. And that just helps give a nice base to what I'm doing. So my foundation will sit onto my skin, my pores will be minimalized, and the makeup will last longer on my face without any touch-ups required. So this is my foundation today. It is my personal bottle of Motives Custom Blend. So I did make this myself from bases of different colors to match my skin tone, which is a little bit tricky for me, as I am very pale, but my neck is definitely more pale than my chest or my face. So the Motives Custom Blend, and it's in a glass bottle, so I do the same thing. I take it on the back of my hand, tip it over, and now I've got just enough there to go with. So in this formula, I have a couple of special additives that I use for my face. It's got oil control in it, which is a natural extract using cucumber and lemongrass, and it helps control any excess oil. And it does have a long-term effect over time. It's considered a skincare additive, which I love. Very healthy to the skin. Now this is a water-based formula. With makeup you can have either a silicone base or a water base, and I like the water base of the feel of this formula. So I'm just blending it in all over. I am using my fingers. I tend to use my fingers when I'm doing my own makeup in my makeup room upstairs. Of course, as a professional makeup artist, I don't use my fingers on my clients. That's not really sanitary. But when I'm just doing myself and when I'm teaching, just gonna go over with another little layer. When I'm teaching makeup, I kind of teach it how I use it at home. Now, using a foundation brush at home does allow for a more flawless application. But I just find with the liquid formula here, I like using my fingers. So I'm just blending it in. One of the things with this formula, you can build it for more coverage the more you go. Now when I first put it on, it might look a little bit light, and that's because of the mineral. It will oxidize on my face to the right shade. Now on some occasions it oxidizes darker than it needs to be. And when that happens, I know that the client has an imbalance, a pH imbalance on the surface of their skin, and so we use a pH skin normalizer like the Skintelligence to help reduce, to help rebalance the pH of the skin so that your makeup doesn't change colors on you. So if that is a challenge that you have with your makeup, send me a message and let's see what we can do to address that for you. Okay. So, this is my base. Oops, I just put foundation in my hair. That ever happened to you? Whoops. Okay, I'm going to brush my bangs to the side, actually, so I can get a little bit up here. And just blend this in just a little. There. Okay. So, I'm not going to set my face yet with powder. I am going to do my eyes. And today I want to do the Brown Sugar from Motives. It's a Luxe Creme eyeshadow. It is one of my favorites. It's just got a nice hint of shimmer to it. So I'm going to take it onto my ring finger. I'm going to blend it between the two. And as I'm blending, it kind of changes really creamy. So it started off a little bit dry, and then it goes really creamy. So I'm just gonna start at the base of my my upper lash line, right on the lid, and then I kind of just smooth it in place. And you can see I didn't really blend it in there. I'm just putting it where I want it to go. And then I'm actually going to take one of my Motives brushes. So this is, what do they call this one? I don't know. I have a bunch of different Motives brushes. I love them. They are synthetic. And I'm just going to blend it with the brush. And I'm going to blend it in. Blend that in. Just right up into the crease in a nice, I call this my windshield wiper motion. And as I'm blending it out, it does end up looking more natural, which is our look that we're going for today. So now it kind of has a nice healthy glow to it, but it's a makeup glow as opposed to my sweaty eyelids that I tend to get. So I like the look of this. It is water resistant, so it's perfect for the summertime. For swimming, I do wear it if I go swimming or to the beach, just because I love my makeup. The next thing I'm going to do is the Motives Waterproof Eyebrow Pencil, and this is in taupe. Clearly I am not taupe, but I actually like how the taupe works on the undertone of my skin. So I'm going to just fill in here, and I kind of match up, you know, this is the start of my brow. So I come here, and the very top of my brow is a little bit thin. Not quite sure how that happened. I did grow up in the 90s, and that was a thing where we tweezed our eyebrows too short. So I just kind of fill it in, and I fill in this upper arch, because again, I think I over tweezed it when I was younger. It happens. And then I have this neat little brush here so I can actually brush out my eyebrows. And so you can see the look of just having one. I'm going to zip over to the other side. Do this right away. So it's just a light application. It helps give a little bit of shape to my eyebrows, which is the frame for the face. So they are really important. Even when I'm on a rush on my way out of the house, I always put on my liquid foundation, one step, super easy, and then I follow with my eyebrows, mascara, and I take a gloss with me, so it's kind of cheating. But that's my super quick out the door look. So now I've got my eyebrows done. Now, the next thing I want to do is, I guess, I'm going to switch to my, this is my Motives Concealer. It's the Liquid Perfection Concealer in Fair. So this one has it's super, super light, and I'm just gonna dab this into the inner corners of my eye. Just kind of hide the fact that I'm, you know, chronically tired, because really, who isn't nowadays? So I just kind of pat it in a little bit. I definitely have more on one side than the other, so I'm going to balance that out. And then one of the things that I do, as I am over 30, one of the things that I do is I take a, kind of like an eye primer brush. So I'm just going to grab one here, and then I spray it with my 10 Years Younger makeup setting spray. And that looks like this. And I'm just going to spray the brush, and I'm going to just kind of pat in around my eye. And this just helps hydrate the surface of the skin. It holds the makeup in place for 16 hours. And just keeps it flawless under there, so you don't get your concealer creping or settling into any of the fine lines. And this is a mobile part of the face, you know, every time I smile, there it is. So it just kind of stops the makeup from settling in there, which I like. Okay, so I think I'm ready to do my lashes. So I'm going to use, this is my, I got this from Sephora. Now Sephora is one of my We call it a partner store on shop.com. So I have a website, shop.com, that shop.com/belief, BEELIEF, that I can make cash back or a percentage every time I shop. And you can too when you go there. So luckily Sephora is one of our partner stores, and of course I use everything Motives Cosmetics, but there are a couple of tools that I can only get from Sephora, so that's kind of fun. So this is a heated eyelash curler. I have really straight lashes, so as soon as I add the curl, it just kind of gives me an eye lift, which I love. So I am going to come here. You can feel it as it heats up, and giving it a lift. And I just kind of brush my lashes. You can see it giving a bit of a curl. I'll do the other side. And I can feel it slightly warm as I'm using it. I'm not holding it too long. I don't want to, burn anything. But as you use it, you get comfortable with the amount of heat you can use, and it just gives a nice lift. I don't like using the classic curlers. I did ruin some eyelashes doing that. I've crimped off. I'm sure everybody's got stories, so I find it best to just avoid them. And I got this from Sephora, and I've been in love with it ever since. It just takes I think it's a AAA battery. I haven't had to replace the battery yet, so go figure. Okay, before I put on mascara, I'm going to use my Dual Coverage Powder Foundation, but I'm actually going to use it with my flat top mineral brush from Motives. And I'm using this brush because I do have big pores, so I really want to buff this into the skin. So normally I'm a neutral light in this foundation, but because it's summer, I want to use the neutral. And there's kind of, yeah. So I love the feel of this. It is dual coverage, so if you dampen the face first and put this on, you will get more coverage. My face is naturally damp already. So I just put it on, and I do have a little bit more coverage. So I'm just getting it, and it just, I love, so I'm starting to get a very nice, soft, smooth complexion. Just go over there. I'll just, all right. So I'm going to now, to keep it nice and natural, I'm not going to apply a pink blush because that does show up a little bit much, but I am going to use my awesome, look, there I am in duplicate. Oh, anyways, it is the 3-in-1 Contour Bronze and Highlight Kit from Motives. So as you can see, we've got our contour, bronze, and highlight. I love this kit. I am going to use my contour brush from the Motives brush set. I am going to start with a little bit of the contour. And I come right here, and I just kind of walk it down very lightly, and then just buff out the edges. Walk it down, buff out the edges, and do the other side. Walk it down, and buff out the edges. Walk it down, buff out the edges. And then I'm going to use the same brush but clean and use the bronzer. And the bronzer goes right on my cheekbone. It's going to be my natural blush today. Bring it down and around. Sweep that on there. I love the look of this. Just gives me a nice sun-kissed look. Do a little bit more here. So now I have a little bit more dimension to my face, but still looking pretty natural. Okay, now I'm going to do my mascara. My favorite mascara is the Motives for Lala in black. It's kind of the lengthening, filling mascara, so I love it. Gives my lashes nice volume. And I just like to wiggle back and forth to really get the brush in there. Do the other side right away. Get some more mascara on there. So when you're using your mascara, you never want to pump your mascara. When you pump it in and out, you actually get introduce more air and bacteria into your mascara, so it doesn't last as long. And you do want your mascara to be changed every 6 months, pretty much. And yes, that's even if you've only used it a dozen times. It doesn't matter how often you use it, it's the length of time, because as soon as you open and use your brush, you're introducing bacteria into your product. It is safe. It's not like you're gonna harm yourself at all, but over time that cannot be beneficial. So always take care of your precious health and replace your makeup. It does not last forever. Especially if you're, well, anyways, I'm not going to go there. But, okay, so for my lips today, I think I'm going to use my lip gloss Scandal, which I absolutely love. And I am going to apply it with my finger, just so that I get a nice light application. So just the pad of my finger, so you can have a look. Such a pretty color. Alright, so that is my no makeup look. Nice, light, natural, and still done. So that's it, and thank you so much, guys, for checking it out. I hope you've learned something. Feel free to hit me up with any comments, questions, and what you'd like to see next. Talk to you later. Bye.